surge of adrenaline that caused nearly every nerve ending in my body to tingle. I even forgot how badly I had to pee. We followed at a safe distance of several car lengths for a mile or so until our black hat in the story pulled into a parking space outside the Larimer County Courthouse. We parked 5 spaces away. "You guys get the camera ready to roll while I go up and make nice," I said to my crew. "Just make sure you walk up rolling." In television parlance, this is what's called an ambush or a sandbagging. Walk up, cameras rolling, and as Andy Cohen says, watch what happens live. Under normal circumstances, cornered animals like Swasinger don't stay composed. And of course, that's exactly what we were counting on. "Mr. Swasinger, I'm Bill McGowan from A Current Affair," I said, trying to keep my surging adrenaline from making me sound nervous. "I'd like to ask you some questions about we the people." Out of the corner of my eye, I could see our cameraman to my side. I gave a quick look to make sure the red tally light on the front of the camera was lit. Yep, he was recording. Good. The minute Swasinger noticed the camera, he cut short our handshake. His eyes ferociously darted around as they sized up the severity of this pop-up crisis. If a thought bubble had appeared over his head, it would have read, "WTF is going on here?" "I cannot answer anything," he said. "Why can you not answer anything?" I pressed. We were nose to nose at this point. "Because I'm under a restraining order from disclosing anything. Go to the U.S. District Court in the District of Nebraska and you'll find it," he said, his saliva spray hitting me in the face. A disgusting development I was able to overlook because I knew I had this fish hooked. I had checked with the prosecutor earlier. As a result, I already knew there were no restrictions on Swasinger talking. In fact, the prosecutor predicted that Swasinger would tell me that lie about the restraining order. "Right, we have, sir, and we want to know why you're taking farmers' money." His goon in tow tried to stick his hand in the lens of the camera as Roy walked away, a cliché gesture that to an audience says, "bad guy trying to take cover." As Swasinger tried to flee, I managed to keep up with him, walking alongside him step for step, pressing him for an answer as the cameras followed. After about 7 or 8 steps, Roy gave me pure TV gold. He reared back and threw a formidable right cross that connected solidly with my chin and throat. His fist connected close to my wireless microphone, so it gave the audio of the punch an overly dramatic, bone-crunching quality. My head snapped back and I stumbled, but strangely, I felt no pain. In fact, I bounced right back up like an inflatable shmoo doll. My first thought? Whatever happens after this is gravy. The office is going to love this footage. My next thought? Isn't that guy over there a cop? Indeed, he was. We showed the videotape of the punch to the Fort Collins policeman, and he promptly handcuffed and arrested my attacker. It was later that day, during a precautionary visit to the hospital, that I had an epiphany. My jaw might have been sore, but my eyes had been suddenly opened. There must be countless other people, not so nefarious, one hopes, who handle all kinds of public communication situations poorly. If Roy Swasinger had received some good advice, he could have tried to persuade me instead of trying to deck me. There were at least half a dozen communication tricks he could have used to emerge from our ambush with his dignity and image intact. After all, when you cold cock a reporter in front of rolling cameras, your stature in the community tends to suffer. In the aftermath of the Farm Belt, as it came to be known around the office, I suddenly noticed example after example of someone doing and saying something stupid during a high-stakes situation. It was a lot like looking up the meaning of an unfamiliar word and then suddenly noticing that same word in 3 different places that same week. These communications self-saboteurs weren't just people like Swasinger who found themselves sandbagged by a reporter. They were celebrities and politicians and executives and everyone in between. Long before Sarah Palin provided us with endless amusement, former Vice President Dan Quayle was almost single-handedly validating the need for communication coaches. For years, he was the benchmark for bonehead statements. Who can forget his attempt to paraphrase the United Negro College Fund slogan, "A mind is a terrible thing to waste," which instead came out as, "What a waste it is to lose one's mind," or